Hi, I know you guys aren't in class today, but I wanted to give you just a quick little overview of this vocab website, which is really useful and helpful. It's called Quizlet. Some of you may be familiar with it. Just to give you a quick heads up, your assignment is going to be to create your own Quizlet. I'm going to show you how to do that. It's really very simple. You're going to want to take 10 words from a textbook, hopefully that you're currently in. And working out of. So find something content related that can help you and create a vocab list. If you can't or you don't have a textbook, you could use unfamiliar words from a newspaper, a book that you're reading, magazine, just random words from the dictionary. Whatever the case might be, obviously it's most applicable if you are going to be studying that information. To get started, I'll just kind of show you how the site works. So as you can see, it's Quizlet.com. I'm not sure why the goodbye is in there, but if you do a Google search for Quizlet or go to Quizlet.com, it will bring you to the site. Most of you will probably have to sign up, and so when you click the sign up button, it's going to give you some options. You are always free to sign in with your NICC Google account. If you want to use your email, you can do that as well. It doesn't really matter which email you use, if it's NICC or if it's a personal one. But if you go through all of these pieces of information, you're going to then click sign up, and that will give you a login. Probably want to write down what that login or username and password is so that you have that for later so that you can show me in order to get your credit for this assignment. Once you've done this, then you're in. Don't pay for anything. They're going to ask you for a premium account. You do not need that. What they have on the free option is just fine. So you're going to get a student account. I'm going to fast forward because I've already signed in. So this is what the sign-in process looks like. Once you're in, this is what you will see. So if I go to the home page, yours probably won't have anything in there because you don't have anything created yet. But I'm going to show you how to create one, a Quizlet, and then how it works. You're going to click on create. You probably want to give it a title, and so maybe you want to say medical terminology. I don't know. And that's your title. You can add something if you want here, but you don't have to. In terms of a word, all right, I'm going to enter in my term that I came up with, and these are just a random list of words. This is dermatitis. And if you see, once you get close, it's going to pull up this option, and I'm going to pick the definition that fits. And so I'm going to hit inflammation of the skin. Then I go on and I type in number 2. I'm going to put scoliosis, the definition. I can type in my own. I am just going to do that because that'll give me the options that I need. If I want to add an image, I can click up here to add image, and I get some images of what scoliosis looks like. And so sometimes that can be a really helpful thing to include when studying. Not all words will have a picture. If you see dermatitis may not have anything, or it may. I don't know if this is what dermatitis looks like or not, but I can insert a picture. I go through and I do that for all 10 words. I'm going to put my term and my definition, either typing it in or giving me the options that they already provide. If I need extra cards, I simply hit add a card, and I do that 10 times, and then I hit this button which will tell me to create it. It's going to ask if I want to share, and I am not going to do any of that, so I'm just going to click out of there. I can send it to a friend, so if you wanted to buddy up with somebody else in your med terminology class or in your anatomy class, you wanted to bump back and forth in creating Quizlets, you can do that as well. Just email that to your partner or to your friend. Once you get your set created, I'm just going to run through what Quizlet allows you to do. So it allows you to study them as flashcards. We only have 2 words in here, so it's not going to be awful, but what I can do is this is obviously the term. I click on the card, I get the picture and the definition. So that's a way for me to study. Scoliosis, I click and it gives me the definition. What it will do is it will go through those as many times as I want to. If I go to the Learn mode, it's going to give me options. And so I'm going to say that scoliosis. Oh, I need to study this one. And I didn't know that. So it's going to make me get it correct 2 times. So I need to make sure that I get those correct. If I get them wrong, it keeps throwing them back into the pile so that I'm continually reviewing the ones that I don't know. So that's kind of a cool option. When I go back, probably aren't going to use the write very often or the spell unless for your course. Those 2 things are important. If I want to test myself, that's an option as well. This is written questions, and there's 2 of them, so I'd be typing in the correct answer. If I don't want that, I can always click options, and I can say I only want matching questions. I want to show the images. I'm going to create a new test, and now all of a sudden I have A and B, can check my answers and go from there. So this options button is in most of those. It's in the flashcard and the Learn method as well. So I can flip those to make them do what I want them to do. So if I know my test is going to be multiple choice, I can make them all multiple choice, and then it will give me that as well. So the flashcard, the Learn, and the test are ways that you can test yourself in order to learn those words. If I want to play it more of a game, there's a matching game, and all I do is I match the word, and I can test myself in maybe a little more interesting way. Can also go back. Gravity is another game, but this is the one where you have to type it in, and so it's a matter of typing in your answer that matches, or this way you're writing in the definition of what dermatitis is before it gets down to the bottom. And you have to spell it correctly, so I think I lost that one, but that's how that works. And now I would write that definition down again. It is kind of cool because it knows how many times you get something correct or incorrect, and so it will throw those that you keep getting wrong, it will throw those back in there again. So hopefully that's a quick and easy overview. Your assignment again is to create 10 questions or 10 words with 10 definitions, and then it will show up in your recent and have that ready for class time on October 4th. Look forward to seeing you again, and I hope that you're enjoying your Friday. Have a great day.